Welcome back to the CounterStrike Casuals podcast. Shinny. H2O, H2O.
When you said I'm gonna record, I was like, yeah, and I really just wasn't expecting it, even though you said you were gonna.
Well, I can't give you much more of a heads up that I'm going to record. That's my throat. Then I'm going to, sorry, add Carrigan's
Anyway,
dick in my mouth.
We're back. You've just been on holiday. I feel like we've not recorded for ages, and we just spoke before we started recording. We were talking about topics, and we mentioned s1mple. We didn't even talk about the s1mple transfer.
All right, well, before we get into that, let's
We'll get onto that
run
later.
the goddamn credits. No, the theme.
Run the intro.
Okay, well, I ran the shorter intro because I had a few comments about how long the last one was. You could basically get a game of face it in while you listen to it. Anyway, so our last episode, before jumping into loads of chat, our last episode was Into the Breach episode. We interviewed and spoke to Sam, Into the Breach owner. Shout him out. Thank you again for coming on. If you haven't checked the episode, please check it out. It's really cool. He talks about the current roster, rebuilding the roster, the Blast Major run, why Boris didn't work, why he loves Smooya, and basically gave us loads of insight into owning and running an esports organisation. I thought it was fucking cool, man. So if you haven't checked it out, please go check it out.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. Had some good feedback as well. A lot of people really enjoyed it, so yeah, do check it out if you've not already.
Yeah, boy. Right, so I am in honour of Rio. I'm wearing my G2 jersey, which, by the way, I must admit, I don't know if you regular listeners will listen to the podcast know that, like, slyly weirdly, I'm a bit of a Nico hater. I don't know why. I think it's because the scene just gets so.
Not a hater. You're just not super high on him.
I'm not.
I wouldn't call you a hater.
No, yeah, I'm not like Yanko.
Well, these days, if you don't like someone, like if you're not like really hot on him, you're a hater.
Yeah, and basically, I think in the last few years, Nico's been underperforming, but he still gets so much credit and like people laud him, and it's like, what's he actually doing, man? I don't know what he's doing. Anyway,
I mean, he's been consistent for a very long time, and he is a good player, man. We both kind of admit that. Like he is a sick player. Well, everyone knows that.
Everyone admits it. Everyone.
Yeah, we're not. You'd put him in your top 5 though, right? That's something I do want to do with you, because I feel like you'd have some very controversial people in your top 5. And you mentioned a while back someone talking about JL maybe being a top 5 player.
I did a short on this.
You weren't happy about this.
I got loads of feedback on TikTok, on not so much YouTube, because YouTube Shorts doesn't. No one seems to talk on YouTube, but TikTok people do. Loads of people backing me on TikTok. JL is top 3 player in the world. Full
top
stop.
3?
Top 3.
Wait. You've got Donk, Zywoo, and Monacy.
Yeah. So I'd go.
Right.
No. I'd go. Okay, my concern is I'm not sure Monacy. Okay,
What?
it's Donk. It's between right. Monacy, Zywoo, and JL are the ones that are into it. Donk, I actually think is easily in there just because of his impact as a rifler. Mate, I just think JL's got to be in there somehow. Someone's got to fall away, and I think JL deserves it more. JL deserves it more than Zywoo. JL deserves it more than Monacy. That's how I'm looking at it.
I don't even think he would make my top 5, if I'm honest.
It's fucking insanity if you think that. If you think that, that is insane. How?
You're insane, mate. You just said top 3.
Bro, it's the Navi Era.
It is. You saw that the little stat sheet someone made, and it was like top players that if they perform under a rating of 1, their team loses. And Bit was on there, right? And I'm sure we did a segment on one of our episodes, and it was like, who's the best players? Like rank Navi players in order of who's the best. I'm pretty sure you said Bit.
Well, it's not. It's JL.
Right.
It's J Legend.
Stop calling me insane.
You're
You're wrong.
insanity. But hang on, let's not get into this for a second. Let's actually just give Navi their plaudits, man, after they just won Rio. So this
absolutely
year, Navi won the major, yeah. Second in Blast Spring Finals, whatever. Won the Esports World Cup. Second at Cologne. Won Pro League. Second at Blast Premier Full Finals. Just won Rio. That is
fluke.
Everything's a fluke, man. Bro, that is an insane era, is it not?
Yeah,
they are it.
I mean,
they are the team. They are the team.
It is their time, definitely. I feel like this is a path. Like everyone's saying at the minute, there's no meta. Whatever Navi doing is working, right? We kind of just discussed it. I wouldn't put JL in the top 5. We're just putting him there because he seems to have moments, and their team is doing really well. But it's just their system. I think we're in a system-based CounterStrike at the minute. In terms of you look at teams like Navi, Mouse, even Heroic, the way they've been playing the last tournament. Anyway, they don't have any huge stars. Yeah, they've got like Jimmy and Exertion and whatnot, but they don't have any like huge star players. You look at G2 with Monacy and Nico, like 2 of the best players in the world on the same team. You look at FaZe, 5 amazing players all on the same team, but they play more individual Counter-Strike. They're kind of, Carrigan's, he's tried to micromanage recently, but I don't think they have a set system in place that their team just plays around. Their system is, we kind of a bit loose. We let everyone do their own thing, right? Whereas Navi and these other more, I want to say consistent teams. Mouse aren't really that consistent, but they're a bit more system based, right? And I do feel like that is the key for CS2 at the moment. You've got to have a system, preferably Navi's system, and just stick by it. I feel like this run and gun era that I think people thought CS2 is. We kind of mentioned it with Into the Breach. We've mentioned it with, a lot of people talk about it with G2. When they got rid of Huxley, it's just, and they got Malbs in and etc. Oh, we just run and gun everyone. G2 now have a lot of firepower, and yeah, they've won that tournament, but they're not going to be consistent, and Rio has proved that. I mean, I kind of segued from the Navi conversation, giving them props to G2 doing really shit, and
Yeah, because everyone is obsessed with G2. And it's sick. Well, you just did it. We're talking about how good Navi were. Your boy Imma, who you've got a photo with, got MVP, and here we are. I'm wearing a G2. I'm wearing a G2 top. I don't like G2.
Has Imma improved since I had a photo with him?
It does feel like that. There's a definite link there.
100%, and I need a percentage of his wages.
Well, if there's easy fix for coaches out there, just take photos with your players. Equal win. Other good things to shout in this tournament. Do you know what? It's a shame Mouse didn't actually win. In a weird way, I wanted Mouse to win. I'm loving the Navi Era, and it is sick. Actually, it's a really good, nice team to do well. It is a bit. I did kind of want Mouse just to mix it up and to get through this whole. Yeah. Mouse can't win on the big stage, but they did beat Vitality and Furia on the stage, so they did a good run. And Furia in Rio is a big ask, really, even if Furia aren't playing that.
I really want Mouse to win. I like Navi. I like Mouse more. I just want them to break through. They're kind of like, I don't know, like your young brother. You just want them to break through. They're just nearly there, aren't they? They're nearly there. And it's just like, come on, guys, you can do it. Just that last hurdle.
Get that crown. Yeah. It was also sick to see Heroic at least make a bit of a deep run. Like, I want that Heroic team to succeed. I think it's because
the whole Astralis thing is hilarious.
The whole Astralis thing, and Nertz is a legend. I quite like Kicksant, Dexter as an AWPer coming back from kind of not being picked up by anyone for some time. Heroic as a team got some
like Shush and SS as well. Like, I'm just, I'm, I really like the fact that they've stuck to the guns. They've kept these two, and they've been um, they've been grinding it out. I feel like, and it's been like Navi. When Navi first formed, they weren't this Navi, right? They've improved a lot. I feel like Heroic are on that path, but I don't think they'll ever get there while Navi are at this state. I feel like they're a poor man's Navi. Maybe they could possibly replace Kixan if they were gonna try and replace anyone, but if Huxley was the replacement or something, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
that.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think that's like the only option, isn't it? If you're keeping it, um,
Yeah.
well, you wouldn't need to keep it Danish, right? Because we're an industrial team, but yeah, I don't know who you'd get there. Yes, it was beautiful that they beat Astralis 2-0. Oh god,
So funny.
you can't make it up, can you? Even though I've said it before, I say it again. I like Katie, and I think the way he's handled everything's been okay. It's just Astralis, isn't it? Like lol, just lol. Um, there was a bit of talk in Reddits and HLTV forums, where the sensible people go about the crowds and the atmosphere in Rio. I don't know if you managed to watch much of it, but some people complaining about the booing of like basically if they're not Brazilian or some of the teams that they want to support, they're just like constant booing of the players, or if they're having interviews on stage. What is your opinion on that? How do you? Because there was some strong opinions on the forums and the like. So how do you stand? Let's say you want Mouse to win and Navi win, and you're booing constantly for Navi, even when they're getting like interviewed after like the win. How?
Well, well, we're not that type. We're not those type of people anyway. I don't like booing in general, but it is a bit. It adds to the atmosphere a little bit sometimes. So I don't hate it. I just don't do it myself. I think the crowds were a little bit quieter, especially at the final. But you're in Rio, you're expecting it, aren't you? You know the crowds are rowdy. I think people like a little bit of a rowdy crowd, but maybe it can go too far. Um, the booing in general and the crowds cheating and things like that just get on my tits. Like I just
That's not on. I think you can boo who the fuck you want.
booing's fine, but like booing people like constantly and when they're being interviewed and stuff like that is just pathetic. Like there's just a kid playing for his team. Do you know what I mean? Like if this
You're just always thinking about Donk getting interviewed. You're just you.
no, I wasn't. I was thinking of like I don't know, like a mouse player. Mouse beat Fury, right?
Yeah, for
Feel like
Yim
Chewy
Fat.
trying to
Yeah.
Banks interviewing Chewy and like them all booing. Like I don't know if that happened, but yeah. It's a little bit irritating, but also it's good to have the atmosphere. So it's really hard to manage, right? What do you think?
I think you can boo who the fuck you want. If they're getting interviewed after, if I was getting booed, I'd probably play into it a bit and enjoy it. That being said, the only way it shouldn't happen is the cheating and like the booing or calling when the X-ray showing another player on another team. But I think the actual booing of players and just disliking, like the pantomime boos, I think's alright, man. You get it in all sports, don't you? Like
Yeah,
people boo through national anthems, which some people see as disrespectful. In traditional sports.
I don't. Yeah, I don't mind it sometimes. I just think it gets it's a bit immature sometimes, and it's just a bit pathetic. It just depends on the situation.
Okay. Anything
What
else?
do- what?
Go on.
Well, I just wanted to ask you about Emma getting MVP.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
mean, I know you touched on it earlier, but
Yeah,
I didn't.
he played well in the final, I think, but I
I
don't know
didn't.
how
I,
impactful he was leading up to the final.
yeah, I didn't watch all of it. I don't think he was super impactful, but
It feels a
uh,
bit like they want to give it to him because giving it to Bit and JL is boring, and they feel it's a bit like
he was the highest rated on the team for the
on the
final.
final, yeah, which I think they put a lot of emphasis on with HLTV, don't they? But it does feel a bit like they wanted to give the guy that's been participating like a medal, like the Sportsman Award, and they're like, let's give it to him. Like to,
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he was the highest rated, but he wasn't like super impactful. But he's playing better. and I think it's a good sign, and I think it's good for Navi, the fact that the MVP is getting dished out a little bit.
Exactly, a bit of confidence. It gives him that kind of almost what's the word? When you think you can do something and then you do it and you get that like a reassurance that he is playing well because
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
confidence.
Yeah, whatever. But when you actually look purely at the stats, I'm not talking eye test from watching every game because I didn't. But in the final, he was only like 0.04 above Bit, but then in the semi-final, Bit was significantly above him in rating. So you kind of look at that and think actually maybe Bit probably had a bigger shout for it. But I think they do put a lot of emphasis on the final itself. But I'm happy for him. I mean, again, I just kind of feel happy about anything that happens at Navi at the moment. Like, they're kind of just the teacher pet team at the moment, aren't they? So, yeah, you know.
What's a team that you don't like to see win?
It is
Which
probably.
team are you a hater of?
Well, it probably is Astralis half the time. Astralis, a bit of G2, weirdly. Like, when. Okay, I don't know why we're talking about G2 again. Right. When G2 won recently, yeah, and everyone got excited because oh my god, he won Blast. He won Blast. Like, funny how people call Blast a banana cup until Nico wins it. Then it's like, oh my god, they're winning with snacks, snack. And
what about him punching the desk?
Punching the desk. And it's like, again, because we've not recorded in a while and we've been busy and we had a sick interview last time. I tweeted on... Okay, what did I tweet, bro?
I forgot about this until you just brought it up. But I wanted to get you to talk about it because...
What, my tweet?
Just him punching the desk in general.
He's fucking gimp, mate. So... I don't know why I'm here. What did I say? Sorry, guys. I've been on holiday now, so I'm a bit all over the show. Oh yeah, so this was before the final at Blast. I put, for fuck's sake, G2 are going to win, and after G2 smashing the table, and it's going to be insufferable, and it was. He won, and it's no longer a banana cup. And oh, there's people on Reddit like, there's a picture of him with the medal, and they're like, oh, that would have been so much better if it was the table. It's like, oh god, he punched the table.
He did have a picture of the table, right?
Yeah, on the stage, like gas.
Yeah.
Like, what mate, you won Blast.
If that was JL, would you say the same?
If it was JL, I'd be like, what a legend. Because, and I tell you why I'd be like that. The rest of the scene would be hating on JL. The same way everyone gasses Nico up.
Yeah.
So I'd go the other way as well, and I'd be like, JL's gimp for that. And no, I'd go the other way, so I'd be like, JL's sick for that. Because they'd be like, he's a gimp. If Nico was doing it, she did, it was amazing. Anyway, again, I don't know why I'm wearing my G2 top. For full disclosure, I didn't buy this G2 top, okay? So when Nico goes to Falcons, yeah, and we can nicely segue into Falcon chat quickly. When Nico goes to Falcons in January, whenever it is that he's meant to be going, but isn't meant to be going, or whatever the secret is, where's m0NESY going to go? Yeah? What's happening there? Do you know where m0NESY should go? Spirit. And we should just have Donk, m0NESY. Fuck Shiro, who cares? It's Shiro, whatever. Let's have Donk and m0NESY. How gas would that be? I'd actually gas. I'll be rooting for Spirit then all the time. Like, this is amazing. This is proper, like, prime, bosh. Let's go.
I don't know if Spirit would pay for him because they've got Shiro. They don't need to fork that much money out for an AWPer. They've already got a decent AWPer. They need to replace other players on the team. If he's gonna go, Navi would pay for him. He could go to Navi, and he's friends with Bit.
I mean, Wonderful is quite inconsistent, but he has shown real nice signs of being good, and he's still young. So I wouldn't give up on Wonderful. He's not m0NESY. Yeah, if m0NESY comes up, I think if m0NESY comes, it's like, yeah, we've got to do this. It's
that could kill the dynamic of Navi, to be honest. But it's really. I think they're in a difficult position. It's like, do we try and improve getting new players in, or do we keep going with what's working?
I don't think you can change anything at Navi.
Yeah, I'd be scared too. Just going back to Falcons,
Yeah, Falcons.
Because this was a while ago, but they're playing. Did you say?
So they've
Just over a week.
Simple's not played a game yet, so it's actually on next Friday. The event starts, which is the Challenger Katowice event, which is a nice tier 2.
Friday. What's the date? If people are listening to this in the future.
25th of October, the day of our casuals LAN. We have a casuals LAN, guys, and it's coming up. The day of the casuals LAN, and it's Eternal Fire, Pain, MIBR, Saw, Falcons, B8, Monty, and Legacy. So lots of
looks like a nice tournament for them.
Yeah, lots of Brazilian teams there. So I mean, Falcons are mid of that ranking there. I mean, you'd expect Eternal Fire to win that, especially the way they've been playing recently. But
yeah,
all eyes are going to be on watching s1mple play his first proper game.
Yeah, I mean,
Falcons, so.
Sorry if I talk over you, mate. Yeah, I
Go
feel like you're cutting out. I can't hear you sometimes.
Because I turn my mic down on Discord, but it is coming through on the.
Oh, okay, sweet, no problem. Yeah, but if I interrupt you, that's why. That's my excuse anyway. If a lot of people are giving their opinions on s1mple, and we're a bit late to the boat, but with them playing soon, what's your opinion? Even though no one can have an opinion because nobody's seen him play CS2 in an official game.
Yeah, he played that.
Do you think
he did stood in for Falcons at that?
Oh yes, he did,
But
and he wasn't good.
no.
But people are writing that off anyway. So, do you think? Let's not spend loads of time on this, but do you think s1mple is going to be good, and do you think Falcons are going to be better?
I think something had to change at Falcons, given the way they were going. I think it's actually a bit unfortunate. It has to be some bias. I think there would have been a stronger argument just to get rid of Dupree. I know Madden as well hadn't been playing well, but I think, and I love Dupree, you know I do, but I just think if you're Falcons and you're trying to move into this new era and create this team that's meant to be dominant, I think you just lose Dupree there, and maybe you have some pass and s1mple, and you say s1mple, you rifle, because some pass was inconsistent, but he started to actually show some good glimpses of play, if I recall correctly. I think that would have been a better move, but I think something had to change, so it's positive that a change has happened, and if anything, it just brings a bit more intrigue back to Falcons and makes you want to watch them, so let's see. But I would have gone Dupree and said, s1mple, can you rifle? And we'll double up where the opportunity presents itself.
Right, okay. A typical salesman here, everybody. Didn't answer any of my questions. You should be a politician. Do you think s1mple will be better, and will Falcons be better?
Do you know what? I'm just gonna say yes and yes. Fuck it. It's not hard for Falcons to be better because they've been shit, and s1mple is s1mple, so it probably will be better. Yes and yes. Let's go yes and yes.
Okay. I agree with you. They needed to make a change. I think they've made the wrong change. s1mple is a good AWPer, and he was playing well, and we know he can play well under Snappy and with Madden. Like you say, Dupree would have been an easier swap, but I wouldn't have got rid of Dupree. I would have got rid of Snappy, possibly Madden. Would have kept s1mple. You're taking a gamble taking s1mple on, which obviously you're taking a gamble. You're taking a gamble with the best player to ever play CS:GO. But personally, I've said this in the past, and it got a lot of attention. I don't think s1mple is going to be that good on CS2. I think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be impactful for the team. Let me correct myself. I don't think Falcon's going to be that much better with s1mple on the team. He might play well. He might hit some amazing shots. He might have his moments. I don't think he's going to make a big difference to the team. And this kind of joins on to what I was saying earlier with the system. The way teams play in a system now is more important than having an individual that's really good. So I don't think Falcons are going to be better, to be honest. And that says a lot because Falcons have not been good. But I don't think they're going to improve.
Okay.
What are they now? 17 in the world.
Something like that. All right. Well, let's see how it goes. The next week will be telling because it's actually quite a hard little tournament for them, I think.
I mean, yes, not the hardest tournament, but yeah, if they
Well,
win it, I'd still give them props.
I don't think they're going to win it. I think Eternal Fire win it, but let's see if they win it. I think it is a good win for them. I think it is actually quite different online against people like Eternal Fire, Monty, and all that kind of jazz. You know, you don't know. Right. Do you know what we haven't spoken about? And again, I keep saying we're late. It's boring. I was saying it. The new update, bro. The new CounterStrike update, which is very important for casuals because it's not just the pro scene. So the new update got released. I was on holiday, so I only managed to play some like 2 or 3 days ago with you, and the game feels better. It definitely feels a bit smoother. I can't quite tell you exactly why. My technical ability to look at the notes and understand that is shocking. So it feels better. The other thing that I do like is the charms. I'm gonna say I quite like the charms. Anything that just adds a bit more of a dynamic to it all. I mean, I know it's a Valorant thing, whatever. That's not really the focus. What my point is it's just another bit of content. So I'm happy for it. What it has meant or what it has done is that I'm back to grinding. It feels like or playing the actual Counter-Strike games. So I'm actually playing. We play Premier. I really like Premier. I've said this before. I like the way Premier's set up. I like the systems involved. I like the way it presents itself. I actually think it's a more user-friendly way to play the game over Face It. However, the inevitable did happen, and we did come across a team of cheaters. So, what do you think to the new update? Do you like it? Do you like charms? Do you care? What's your opinion? Other than you being annoyed that we had to play a team of cheaters, because we already know that that's coming.
Fix the fucking cheating. They could literally cure cancer, and I'd say fix the cheating. What the fuck are you doing? Honestly, Valve could not do anything that would make me happy unless they fix the cheating. It pisses me off no end, mate. Valve are like, do you know, everyone's got that friend where, or male friend or female, that gets cheated on all the time and they just won't leave them. That's me with Counter-Strike, mate. Honestly,
You're
just
just
playing cheaters,
keep getting
and
cheated.
yeah, and they're like, shall we fix the cheating, guys?
Should we stop cheating on Brilliant?
Yeah. Shall we stop cheating? Oh, how about we just bring some charms out so people start playing Premier? And some poor cunt in the
let's just
corner
bring
is like,
Brilliant.
people aren't playing Premier because everyone's cheating. And everyone's like, shall we fix the cheating? No, let's just bring some charms out.
It's like the equivalent of you finding out you've been cheated on, and then them just bringing you another beer, and you just going, "Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Here's a charm beer," and you're like, "Yeah, I like that."
Oh, mate, I'm not even asked about the charms either. So they've improved the movement. Well done. They're trying to improve things. Get that. Improve the fucking cheating because I'm not kidding you. These people don't even hide it. They don't even hide it. They're just blatantly cheating and
One
never get
guy
banned.
had 187 hours that we were playing against, and he was just battering us. 187 hours in CS.
Yeah.
Like...
They don't get banned. They're doing this. They're doing the what they're doing now. Oh, what's it called? Oh my God, my mind's gone blank. The Overwatch.
Oh, is Overwatch back in the VACnet thing? But I don't know what VACnet even really means.
Yeah, it's basically like the Overwatch, I think. But these people just cheat, mate. I've checked and checked and checked. They're still playing.
I bet you've checked. You're like an obsessed.
Yeah, they don't get banned. So yeah, like I say, Valve could literally do anything at this point, and I'm not going to give them any props. They could give me £1 million, and I'd just be like, fix the cheating.
Imagine they release like a really detailed anti-cheat for Deadlock before Counter-Strike. That'd be mad.
Yeah, they will do. They will do. I'm sure they're just doing it to piss me off.
That's probably most likely.
I think it's a massive test. It's like a psychological test on humans. Like, how far can we push people and get them to still play a game?
Mainly the Counter-Strike community, yeah. Well, I mean, it did make me think again about Face It and stuff, and yeah, I mean, we're not that sweaty, but we play Face It obviously for the anti cheat. But if they did fix the anti cheat in CounterStrike, would you play Premier over Face It?
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't care then. For me, like the most annoying thing is just coming across a cheater, and it's not even the fact, it's not even the fact of coming across cheaters. It's not knowing whether someone's cheating or not. That should not be a question in someone's mind. You shouldn't jump onto a game, be getting battered by someone. Some guy just, you know, flies around the corner and headshots you with a deagle, and you shouldn't be like, "Oh, is he cheating?" That should not be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing that you're questioning it, because that just ruins the whole experience for you, right? It should be, "Oh, that was a fucking sick shot. That was insane." That's all. That's all you should be saying. So yeah, that's my take on the update.
Okay, fine. There's been some other updates. HLTV have released a new rating. Do we care that much to talk about it? We don't really need to talk about it. It just looks like it punishes saving. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
We
I don't, I don't quite get it. Like I've not read through the article enough, like in enough detail. But I'm a little bit like, are you going to stop people from saving? No. Do they care about their rating? Probably not. People like James that are saving rounds. No, he doesn't care about his rating. He just wants to win games. And if you're saving because it's going to give you a better chance of winning the game, you're doing the right thing. So why are you punishing these players? If you're getting frags from like exit frags after people have after you've lost the round and you're just picking people off, you're damaging their economy. So you're still doing a positive thing. You're doing the best thing to try and win the game. And yeah, it might be boring to watch, but I want to see teams try and win. And if that is their best way of winning, even in MR12, go for it.
Okay, fair comment. When we had one thing I do want to bring up. We'll start wrapping this up. We've been going. When we had Sam from Into the Breach on, he
Legend.
spoke about a potential organisation running into money troubles. He didn't give a name. He didn't say what the problem was exactly, but
He said it was a major org or
a major
big
org,
organisation.
yeah. And then a week later, 7 days later, the Bleed players, or ex-Bleed, should we say, basically cut ties with the organisation due to being unpaid. Oh my god.
Just let people know who Bleed are.
Yeah. Sorry, go
on. Bleed, a team run by Cassard, who's, if you don't already know, he's a popular figure.
Yeah, surely everyone knows who Bleed are.
Yeah, but we're a casual podcast, right?
Yeah, true. We believe them to be quite a wealthy, big organisation as well, from what I read and heard. I thought they had fair money.
Yeah.
But basically, they came out and said, we haven't been getting paid. I think Cassard and the other players also covered money for training camps, boot camps, and basically just another sham organisation, which is just such a shame and incredible that they even can get to this point of just like, I just can't believe it. It's just like us getting all those players on board, giving them contracts, and then just going, oh, there's no money to come.
Yeah, crazy.
So now they're playing as they call themselves unpaid, which I love. That's sick.
Yeah.
And they are playing Fnatic tomorrow. Interestingly,
so these guys are just playing
today. If we upload this tomorrow, so go on. Sorry.
These guys are just playing for free now.
Yeah, I guess they keep the prize money.
Playing Fnatic.
The prize money for this is $150,000. So if they, I don't know if they'd keep that if they won it. I mean, who knows? But they're playing Fnatic tomorrow. It's a pretty tough game for them. Which interestingly, Nork is there, who was on Bleed, right? So that's quite interesting. In the RES Regional Champions, which are, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna tune into that. The other thing that's quite interesting that starts tomorrow is the Elisa Masters Espo thing. Elisa Masters.
Yeah.
Why that's interesting is obviously your mate Thorin is on the desk there, so that's
Oh,
his
I'll
first event back for a very long time.
yeah, I'll tune in and see how he goes.
Okay,
He's
well,
quite a controversial guy as well, isn't he?
yeah.
I've been trying to watch more of his videos. It's like not every other one, but like I would say every third video I can tolerate.
Okay, right. Let's wrap it up there. Nice little, snappy one today.
Yeah, we've got a lot of topics in. We had a lot of catching up to do, to be fair. I think we did pretty well.
I think so. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, as usual. If you've got anything that you want to throw away, if any people have got any questions for us, we're always ears. We're always here to listen. And yeah.
I want you to do your play of the week again. I want you to bring
Oh
that
yeah,
back.
man. Okay, well, again, I've been on holiday, so I've not watched much CounterStrike. So now I'm back, and I'm gonna watch some of these little tier
Did
two
you see the
tournaments.
Jimmy one? The
No,
Jimmy in
no,
Nuke,
no,
bottom of ramp, and he was like spinning around. That was crazy.
no. I'll try to check it out. Okay, link me after this. Let's look at it.
Yeah, I will do.
All right, guys. All right, listen. GG. Thank you as always.
Peace.
Love.